this is the census of all the credit transactions in Mexico per month. So all commercial credit given by the commercial banks in Mexico should be included in this database. For that reason, this database is non-public and is very restricted for just one direction in the central bank in Mexico. This is the internally is known as the R04, which is mandatory. The government ordered to each of the banks have some certain number of characters, 48 variables, for each credit transaction held at the market. So we have information by month since 2000 but more reliable since 2004 because this period of experience took a lot of time for capturing the information about the credit size, the interest rate, the collateral, if the monitoring, the guarantor, the repayment, and the termination of the contract, among many others. Also location, and this information is by credit line. So we have by bank, by firm, what are all these characteristics of the contracts. So we have supply, demand, equilibriums. So the structure of the databases allow us to do this kind of exercise. We will have banks and firms in the corporate market having some contract with information of the interest rate, the capital, the term, location, and measure of risk that the bank is doing ex ante the credits, etc. And we will have also information of banks that are not giving contract, which is zero, by the way. All banks are giving corporate credit, but the intensity is different. But we also will have information of firms who are not having corporate credit. So we have the extensive margin of firms and the intensive margin of credit for firms and banks in terms of the number of transactions, as David said, and the interest rate and the capital at the credit transaction. So, okay, let's do the data analysis. The data analysis shows the following. First of all, there is an increase in the number of transactions for corporate credit, not just the whole market. It's like a review of the first slide. We see that the creation of corporate credits per month is increasing in time. That's perfect. That's like we expected from more banking activity. But what's going on with the distribution on sizes? So what I did was to create the desired distribution of loan sizes in thousands of real pesos per quarter and analyze that dynamically. So what I'm going to do is like recover the observed distribution of contracts in time. What we observe for doing this exercise? Well, if you keep the track of the median, you will observe that the median credit size is going down. Or if you want to read the data another way, the small sizes of credit loans relatively is taking a big portion of the distribution each time. So these loan sizes are focusing toward small credit size in time. This is the unconditional distribution. So, and not more important, the low type desired is also falling. So it's not only that the distribution is going down for the median, but indeed is capturing in average or in median within the desired lower types of credit in real terms, in real pesos. Yes?
Are those data for the first quarter of 2004 real? Because, I mean...
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is
perfect.
Indeed, no, yes.
Look at how round they are.
Yes. I know. I have the same question, but they are for real. Okay. I had the same question from the advisor.
Maybe it was like normalized.
No, but how is the 9th and the 10th decile the same?
Well, you have a bunch in there. You have a lot of projects in this size, 100,000 pesos happening.
Is it a lot of projects at 100,000 pesos, or there's like a ceiling on what's reported, so above 100,000?
No. There's no ceiling. There's no ceiling. That's for sure. And well, this is the median within the design. So you have a lot of, you can have higher projects. Okay?
Okay.
But this is like the median within the decile. So it's the median within the decile and how the median is changing in time for all the deciles, which is a measure of how the distribution is changing.
Do you have the entire distribution, or you just have the decimal?
Yes, I have the entire distribution, but this is like for like presenting or analyzing what is going on. Otherwise, it becomes a mess. So this is like for illustrative purposes. I have the entire distribution.
Might be nice to plot the CDF. I mean the PDF.
Okay, I will do
The
that.
CDF for me.
Yes, it takes time, but okay, I will do that. Yes, for the time I get these tables, I was so happy. Well, second fact, the distribution of interest rates. And in this case, this is just for comparing the database without, without merging the demand information, and this is for comparing the database merging demand information, just to see how equal they are. By the way, they seem to be pretty equal in many aspects. So I will focus only on the merging database, obviously. But what is going on here is that, as we saw in the first slides, the median interest rate seems to be going up, right? And the dispersion of the interest rate, right, seems to be also spreading in the market. So this is like the second factor. So the distribution of interest rate is not constant, basically. It's changing somehow. Third, as David said some time ago, what do you expect to get regarding the relationship between the decile or relative size of the credit and the interest rate? Well, if you take, given the decile of the credit size, what is the median interest rate within the decile for the whole period? And for that decile, you take the median interest rate or the average interest rate, you will observe that relative to the decile, high deciles of loan sizes are having lower interest rate, either the average or the mean. So relative high credit is getting credit at a lower interest rate in equilibrium. Okay? So this is like the macro facts, the macro structure evidence. It is not macroeconomic, but the macro structure of the credit market. But we have information by bank and by firms. What is going on within the banks and within the firms?